Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Patricia. I'm a life coach, and what we are doing here is to really go deep into self-discovery and start to learn more about ourselves. It's beautiful to just be ourselves and show up as the true version we actually are, and not to have any mask on. So because we have never really learned how to do that and how to really get back to ourselves, this is the channel for it. And so feel free to subscribe and like this video, or send me or write me any comments right below in regard to this next video. What are we going to talk today will be about the emotional maturity of a toddler while being an adult. It's interesting how people can behave and they look like they're adults, but actually their behavior is like a 3-year-old. And this is especially a video for somebody who recognized themselves in having that, in doing that, in not being able to self-soothe right away, instead going into screaming, ignoring, fighting, closing your heart, panicking, feeling sad. All those coping strategies you used as a child, okay? I want to bring this down to a very grounded space. We pretty much all have that in certain areas of our life. So if you feel that, then you're not alone at all. There are many, many adults who have that. But if you are ready to let go of those kind of tantrums, if you're ready to let go, to behave that way and to feel that way, because you may already know that this is actually not really the truth. It is the truth that you feel because you're kind of triggered. Now, a trigger means you're reminded of something from the past and acting out on it, okay? This can be big, this can be small. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a big trauma, a big whatsoever. It could be that you haven't received nurturing from your mom or from your dad, or you haven't picked, you were never picked up at the train station, and now when somebody who is close to you is not picking you up, you kind of feel back like this child who is waiting at the train station for his mom or dad to pick her up. It can be big, it can be small, it doesn't matter. And it's not about oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Not at all. I think you should feel it all. I truly, truly, truly believe that we cannot get past that if we haven't felt and if we haven't allowed ourselves to really feel that way. You see, feeling our emotions in full and sitting here with me and feeling sad, feeling anger, feeling rage, maybe even learning to feel all of that and being okay with feeling that, not pushing it down, not pushing it away, is, I think, crucial to do so. Now, there are ways to do that. There are ways to feel more safe. And I actually really want to tell you that if you are really experiencing that, then you may actually want to book a single session with me. This is only available until October this year, 23. So if you want to have your individual session, coaching session, where we are looking into those areas that really bother you, that are just, something is off, and you want to work on it, then book a call. There are many, many different ways on how you can actually work on your own inner balance, and how you can really self-soothe and nurture yourself. And so this is a great way to do so. Okay, so when you're having those kind of imbalances, right, and you're having your moments, it is about really getting back into your body, and not to move away with your thoughts, not to somewhat dissociate yourself, right? This was a coping strategy I used as a child, and I still used it in my 20s, to not feel what I felt, to escape, to cope with it. And you see, when you're a child, you're quite smart. You're tuning out. You are escaping because your options are very limited. So it's quite normal that you have those kind of areas that you need to work on now. This is a normal kind of behavior that you need to upgrade to be emotionally mature and not a toddler anymore, It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to have your, have your moments, right? That's okay. But if you're feeling like, okay, we are having this conversation again, and I feel like I'm going through a storm, but like massive, right? Like I have all these stories in my mind. I want to quit my job. I want to, all those very impulsive reactions, or you want to go and do something right away. You want to push things away straight. Come and book a coaching session, okay? I don't want you to go around the tail all the time, and not really understanding what the process could actually look like for you to really self-soothe. Because actually it's not so difficult, but you gotta need, or you will need, some little support in that way, right? Where you're not going around the circle all the time. You're actually learning to really feel yourself. You're learning to open up your heart and not to close it, because you're kind of feeling like that person over there is a threat, right? You start to learn to really use your own power, your own sovereignty. And it's so crucial that we understand how this whole body system works, and we don't. Okay, we don't. We have no idea how to self-soothe and how to self-regulate. And this is way more than just sit down and have 3 breaths. It's easy and not so easy, right? You will get to know yourself so much that you really know what to do when something like this kicks in, right? I can only one more time recommend to right now book one of the calls, because seriously, this is the only time I offer the one-time call. Generally, I only have the program available because I enjoy to work with the people on a longer period where we see the results together. And that's just for me to really get to know you and get to see what the person is doing and how they're doing, right? It's important for me to know that they're doing well and that they enjoy the process too. This is about learning more about yourself and really get back to your body and not to escape. Learn to sit with your emotions. How do you sit with your emotions if you have no clue, if you have always escaped? You don't know. I had no idea. 0 clue. 0. And many of the people I see on the streets, they don't know. They don't even know that what they're doing is actually not the healthy way. It might not even be the adult way, right? And so if you're having those kind of moments, I really suggest you to learn to sit down and learn to calm your own system. Learn to be with yourself, feel it all. Learn to experience your anger, your sadness, your tantrum, but also know that this is a temporary state. Also know that you need to, at one point, say, okay, zack, we are dropping this now. We are changing our mood, right? We are changing our emotional state. We are changing how we feel right now. And if you're now like, yeah, but I feel this, I cannot do anything about that. Well, yes, you can. You know why? How often have you actually put yourself into a drama space and then you all of a sudden it became bigger, bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and bigger? It's because the focus, the way how you focus is you're making it bigger, bigger, and bigger, right? You're not really nurturing yourself. You're making it so big that you actually really feel it, and then at the end you're like, well, I really felt it, and this is why it's okay to act out. To be honest, I don't care that you're acting out. Right? For me, this is no big deal. No big deal. If you're not hurting anybody and you're just having your moment, I don't care. The problem here is that most people actually, they don't enjoy that, and they feel very embarrassed of how they're acting, how they're behaving, and they want to change that, right? And this is why they come to me and they start to learn more about themselves and why they're doing what they're doing, right? So start to sit down and to experience your emotions and learn to feel them, learn to let them go again, learn to have your emotions circulating in your body, and when it's time to drop it again. Okay? I really suggest to not do this longer than like 15 minutes, maybe less. Okay? You can have your moment. And the best is if you're experiencing those when nobody's around. So you actually feel safe. You can have a cry. You can have a moment where you're just very vulnerable. Okay? And that's totally being free in expressing that. But if you're expressing it towards your work colleague or towards other people, they may lose the respect. They may lose the thing that they want to work with you. Maybe you're losing opportunities because of your behavior styles, and that's sad. You know, that's not what we want, right? It's tricky sometimes to express how you really feel. So you gotta learn where you express yourself. Where do you express yourself, and in which environment is it safe to do so? Very, very crucial, very important. Don't do it at your workplace or at people where you don't know if they are really behind you, you know, or if they are just waiting for you then to have something in the hand. That's quite dangerous, actually. So make sure that you're safe when you're expressing that. You know, tell them, hey, I need to leave. I'm leaving right now. Go home. Okay? Close the door. Go to the forest. Scream there, right? Have your outbursts where it's safe to do so. Don't do this in front of other people where you don't know if they're using it against you. That's not the best. Okay? All right. I hope this video has helped you. If you have any other recommendations here, then feel free to comment right below. And with this said, thanks so much, and I see you another time. Bye-bye.